So let's give you some insight into my thought process when it comes to power. For the average client, they're usually going to be training full body workouts, usually 2 or 3 days per week. So I'm usually going to do both an upper body power and a lower body power exercise in the workout itself. For more advanced clients, if they're doing upper lower splits, I'll generally pair up a power exercise with a barbell movement that they're going to do that day as well. That's something I'll dive into much deeper as it comes up. So don't worry too much about that. I just wanted to be aware that it is coming up. But for the average client, it's usually going to be upper body power and lower body power. So something like medicine ball chest pass with box jumps, or med ball slams and balance, or plyo push-ups and swings, or dumbbell snatches by themselves and maybe a core exercise. Same thing, maybe a trap bar jump by itself, maybe with a core exercise. And something like a hang snatch, that's probably going to be by itself and making sure they're resting pretty well in between each set. So just give you some ideas about how to structure your plan. For really easy exercises, medicine balls and box jumps, you can pair them up totally fine. For more advanced exercises, you really want to know how that person can perform and if you should or should not pair it up. And again, if it's a more advanced exercise like a trap bar jump or a deadlift jump or a hang snatch or any barbell-based movement, it's usually going to be by itself. As far as sets and reps, like I said before, I tend to keep it around that 15 to 20 mark. Oftentimes I'll go below that. Sometimes I'll go above that. For instance, medicine ball chest pass, pretty simple, pretty straightforward. You can do 3 sets of 5. You can do 3 sets of 10, really wouldn't be a big deal. The whole idea is you want to keep the reps low enough where these people are explaining it or showing force, pure force, and exploding with each and every rep. So you don't want them to get tired by the end of their set. They want to be really fresh and hard reps every single time. So that's why I tend to keep things lower. Something like slams, I will go a little bit higher most times just because you get the rebound on the ball kind of aiding in the exercise. Same thing with like swings. If someone is that advanced where they're doing swings and they look well, doing sets of 8 to 10, not a big deal for that person. But something like snatches, going to keep those really low because I want pure force. I want really good form when they're doing, even just dumbbell snatches. Same thing with trap bar jumps. I'm only going to use this for the most advanced clients who I think need it. So this is going to be really low reps, 5 at the most, generally something like 3s. And then if I was going to do like a barbell-based movement, like a hang snatch, I might do something like sets of 5 the first week, and then drop it down to sets of 3 by the final week. So there's a lot of different ways to go with this. If you just keep it really simple, really straightforward, that's all 90% of your clients are going to need. And that last 10%, you're going to learn a lot more of what they're going to need and what they can handle. So just kind of putting this all together for your clients, what you can do is something very simple. I think I've already covered it like several times at this point, but you could just do something like med ball throws, 3 sets of 5, and you can do 3 sets of 5 box jumps. And this is for just any average client that you're working with. It's an upper body exercise and a lower body exercise paired together. Not a big deal. They're going to have some fun. They're going to throw some med balls. They're going to have a good time. Now, if you don't have medicine balls, for whatever reason, if you just don't have them in your gym or you just don't have access for whatever reason, you can always just do you can always just do a core exercise in place of that upper body power. And direct core work is always good for your clients. They're going to love it because they love working their abs, right? Everybody wants to work their abs more. And it's good from a physiological standpoint because a stronger core means a stronger body anyways. Another option you can do with someone, maybe they have a little extra work that they need to work on, like maybe their shoulders, for instance. So you want them to just do a shoulder mobility exercise, a shoulder strengthening exercise, so they can do floor slides, 3 sets of 5 in between their box jumps. So there's just a couple different options you can have with any of your clients, really. If you want to get a little bit more advanced with your clients, maybe a client who's a little bit more athletic, they have some training background, they know what they're doing, they've been training with you for a while, you can have them do dumbbell snatches, 3 sets of 5, and then just rest maybe like 60 seconds between arms so they can go full power each time they go. That's an option. If you have someone even more advanced, someone you're really looking to kind of push their athleticism and push their strength a lot, you can just have them do just trap bar jumps as kind of like a warm-up to their trap bar deadlifts. That could be an option as well. So there really is a lot of different ways to go. As the exercises become more complicated, I'm really going to not pair them up with anything. Like dumbbell snatch is not really that complicated, so you could pair it up with a lower body power exercise, for instance, or you could put like a core exercise in there, or again, some sort of corrective exercise. That would totally be fine because the dumbbell snatch isn't that taxing, especially for the type of client that you're going to want to use it with. Something like trap bar jumps or any barbell-based exercise like a snatch or power clean if you're going that advanced, I would definitely just keep it by itself and have them rest a pretty good amount of time, like at least around that 2-minute mark, maybe even a little bit longer depending on how heavy they're going.